Hello, today we'll talk a little bit how to do the multiplayer settings in Unreal Engine 5.2. So first, I will just continue use my previous project with a lobby thing. But before I do that, I just want to give a little bit background about multiplayer, but also a little bit about the new asset I put it into this project. So let's start with the new asset. When you do the multiplayer, there's many ways you can start with. So for example, you can go to Unreal Marketplace. You can search and buy available package. So for example, this is not really a promotion for any of these developers, but you can basically search and buy. So today I will using one of the actually a pre-owned package I got is called Asset View as example to show you how you can bring large number of avatars into your project. The reason I like this one is everything is low poly, so it doesn't really put too much burden to your project. If you're running this in VR, it's not gonna suffer with a low frame rate. Okay, so this is the way you can open the launcher, you can input into the project. So I already actually did this, so here I can show you really quick. Once I input this whole asset into my current project, this a new folder show up. It's called Asset View Town, and here there's a new map called Demonstration. If I double click, you can definitely see all the asset assembled from this really large library, including a lot of buildings, trees, people, cars. Also in the asset folder, you can see the meshes, and then you can break down into buildings, building tile, character. There's a lot of characters here. In the future, when we do the multiplayer, I'm probably gonna use some of them to replace my current one. And also, you have all kinds of props to decorate the furniture, things you can populate your interior space. Okay, so that is the demonstration level. And also you can see this level is really large. It has 6,730 actors, so this will take some time to load. My test with this is I did a really quick lighting build, just a low quality preview quality. I built the lighting just to optimize the level a little bit after baking the light. Okay, everything looks fine. And also I changed the game mode. So here in the world settings, you can see I have the game mode right now is set as a BP collab view. So I will talk a little bit about what exactly this new game mode means and how you use it. But now I will just simply play in my view, so you can get a sense of what this game mode gonna do. So basically, this game mode, let's do this in actually new window. So this new game mode will deliver this interface, allow you to have a first-person view. So here I can, by default, I can fly. Also, I can switch to walk. So here I can walk. You can tell from the shadow I'm still the superhero, third-person superhero. And also you can do orbit. So this is the kind of three different mode you can switch. I really like it. And also there's another mode called VR. If you accidentally switch to VR, I think there's a hotkey. I think it's a P. You can go back to, maybe it's not P, it's H. Oh, it's O, it's orbit. So you can go back to orbit. Then you have your mouse. You can click fly. Then you can walk. Just make sure when you walk, you have to above the ground. Otherwise, you're gonna fall. Okay. So this is my current game mode with this new asset. I want to show you is if I really start to play. Actually, I already created a portal here in this level. I can going back to the dragon lobby thing. So I put portal into, I think I put this in a church, if I recall. I did this a little bit early. Where is the church? Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, this is not really the flying of the superhero, but this is more like you just simply fly. There's no animation with this game mode, but that's okay. So here I can switch my walking. I can walk into the church. Yeah, this is a portal. I can go back to the start lobby. So if I overlap with this portal, I going back to the dragon thing. Because the dragon thing, I use a different game mode, right? So this is the third-person game mode with superhero avatar. So that's still the default, right? So that means in a different level, you can have different game mode, right? So if I here go back to the demonstration portal, as soon as I jump into this new level, you see the game mode changed. So I have this kind of collab game mode, which allow me to fly, to walk. All right. So they have different advantage when you switch the game mode. And I think there's another portal I just want to show you. It's probably in the bank. I forgot where is the bank. Oh yeah, I put another portal in the bank. Yeah, in the future when we do the multiplayer game, we can do hide and seek. This will be a fun level to play. And I think I put the portal in this, yeah, in this safe place. So here, if I, this is my body. So if I walk over this portal, then I'm going back to the dragon thing. But anyway, I think this is the whole kind of way you can switch between different game modes. Okay. And so the next question is how exactly this gonna help me for the multiplayer, right? So first thing I want to explain a little bit is why we use the collab game mode. What's the benefit of using this game mode? It's called BP collab view. In fact, if I search, right, you can see this is the game mode, the new one. This is under a folder called collaborative viewer. This is actually from one of the default template from Unreal ArcViz, and here I have a tutorial, but later I'm gonna post this page to the tutorial. So this is in the Unreal documentation. If you just search Collab Viewer template, you can see this tutorial how to launch. That's actually the beginning of this semester when I launched this project from scratch. I started from this one, Collab Viewer. There's some really nice things about this template is this template includes a lot of support for multiplayer, so which allow you to have a login page where you can set up a host server. So when the server set up, you can open a session, allow other players to join. So they can join over the local LAN if they know the IP address, or if you guys are in the same network, the widget is able to automatically search and display the session, the active session you can join. Once you join the session, then you are able to do some things with the control dashboard, but most importantly, you are able to see each other. So this is a tutorial when other people join, they will join not as a host, but join a session as a client. Right? There's a lot of terminologies I'm throwing here today: server and client. So the client basically is participating existing session, and there is a data sending back and forth to synchronize the gameplay. So if the server moved, that movement information is duplicated or broadcasted into the client. When the client move, do the same thing. So that's the reason this multiple users, multiple players is able to communicate to each other. In this case, this is the robot, but definitely you can have the other avatars. In my case, I actually replaced this robot with the third-person superhero girl. Okay, so check this out. I will keep the link in my posted tutorial. So that's the Colab view. In the Colab view, it by default is going to this arc width. This is the level name. So I have a really simple diagram to illustrate the logic. So let me just open this. You can get a sense of what this whole project template was set up. So I will start with the beginning. This is our multiplayer one-on-one. Okay. So at the beginning, you have to get a level which can give user a way to log in. So in the login level, usually there is a widget. The widget will have buttons, will have field, right, to display. You can type in the name. So that's called the login menu. In the login menu pane, this is actually the default pane. I can actually show you this login level in this project. I put it right here. So if you go to the Colab viewer in the map, right, you can see this login level. If I double click, I can see this level. Right? It's nothing here, but in the word settings, you see it does point it to this pane. Right? This pane is called BP login manual pane. So that's the manual pane. So this manual pane actually will automatically create a widget called widget main menu. So that's if I search the pane, this is the BP login menu pane. If I double click, there's some blueprint here. So one of these node is creating a 2D menu. So that's actually loading this widget menu into the on top of the screen. So this is create this spawned menu widget on top. Okay. And then within this widget, there's buttons. There's also some script within the graph, which allow you to manage a session. So you can create a new session. You can allow people to join the session. Once they join the session, they can teleport into the next level. So here I can show you really quick. Here, if I go ahead search right this main menu, I'm just docking this. Right. So this is a main menu widget. If I double click, I have some default graphics, and here is how you can have 3 buttons: host, join, local session. In the graph, if I click, this is actually the code. It automatically create a new host session. If you choose a host, then give you this connection to demonstration level. That's the level with all the buildings, all the people in the car. So this is option 1, is host a session. You can also do is join a session, right? So when you join the session, you can actually jump into this same level as well. Okay, but in the join session, there's additional code, basically asking if it's a local LAN or is search, or you can type IP. So there's a couple of more codes about this logic. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through every single nodes here. In the future, I will actually give you another multiplayer template. I think this template is really nice, but it's relatively old. It's based on Unreal Engine 4. There's some new updates, but not much. There's some alternative multiplayer template. But anyway, you know the logic now is to join a session and then open this new level, right? So here, let me see anything. Yeah, just make sure you don't mess up the options. So they both are absolute, and the host session is a listen server. Now, I think I should explain a little bit what exactly mean. When you run, let's see, Unreal, you don't really have to package this. You can testing this directly in Unreal Editor. So when you do that, you can set up player, let's see, as 2, and you can set the mode as a listen server. So basically, that just means the 2 instances you created will behave like a server. So it's constantly keep their open and communicate to each other. So that's what listen server means in a very short sentence. So here I can show you. Let's go ahead, just simply set both player. I set 2, but you can increase the number. I just test as a 2 as a listen server, and then I will set this as a new window, and I will play. Okay, let's see what happened. So immediately you're gonna see, let's just make this window a little bit smaller. You will see 2 new window pop up, right? So this is a really nice thing about Unreal. You can testing all of these server client relationship directly inside the editor. It's not really truly IP based, but it gives you this kind of simulated interactions. So here I can set up the first one. I don't really care the name, but this first one will be our server. Maybe I just say server. Host the session. Click next. So once you click next, it's basically teleport you to the demonstration level, right? So here, if I look down, I'm in the flying mode, and I can switch to the walking, right? So this is my first client. Sorry, the server. The session is open now. Then in the client, I will just say client. You can give whatever name. I will choose join. Right. Just make the window here a little bit. So you are gonna join the session instead of host a session. So I will join a session. So when you choose join the session, next it's gonna automatically search the local instance, the server. Because I'm running this in the same computer, automatically I can find the server. Right here is one user already there, so I can simply just say join, double click to join. In a case you guys are in 2 different network, you won't be able to see it. You can try, to choose IP. Here is a specified IP address. Then you have to type the IP to join. That's the way we did last time. But now I will just rely on automatic search. I'm running the same computer. If you are in several different, 2 different network, in that case you won't be able to do this with this template. You probably want to set up like using the Steam or using the Epic, network. Then you hosting your server, and set up the communication through other networks. So just let you know there's limitations about using LAN. Okay, so I double click. So now the second instance, right, the client is able to join in. So here I can actually hear myself. Let me just turn off the headphone. So here I can definitely see the server. If I move closer to the server, right, I can see each other, right? So this is basically a really nice way you can test multiplayer setting in Unreal. So if I switch to flying mode, I'm able to fly up. So you can definitely see I'm kind of positioning, updating, right, in real time. So everything I changed in a client is gonna be, pushed into the server. So if I go to the server's view, right, if I move my server, right, so from the client's perspective, you see the server is changing as well. Okay, yeah. So this is basically the whole idea about multiplayer. But I do want to mention, like, if you're running this in multiplayer mode, let's see if I'm flying I'm flying the client to the church. I just want to show you. So here, if I'm, let's go here, right? So client is going here and do the teleportation, right? So as soon as the client jumped into a new level, you basically you break the session. So here I cannot really see the client anymore, right? So here is from client perspective, you are by yourself. You can't really see the server. So that's a limitation about this this travel across levels. In the future, I will probably do another template, different tutorial. We can talk about how to use the multiple levels with multiple avatar. So you can use a lobby system to really allow people customize the avatar. You can have people travel together. I call this tesseract, right? So you guys can travel together. You never lost each other. So here you can see from the server perspective, if I going back to the demonstration level, because the session is broken already, so I'm on myself, right? So I'm in a different level, but for the client, it's kind of lost. So the client has to run just independently. So the client can go to the demonstration level too, but you are not able to see each other. Okay, so that is the kind of limitations about this current template. But in the future, I will show you another way you can see each other. All right. So get a sense, at least for now, if you start from the maps, right, the login level, you are able to simulate the two people playing together in your level. You can just run this; it will just pop up these two windows. In your case, if you don't really need to testing this IP, since I know it's already working, you can go straight, to your level. For example, my level here with dragons, I just want to testing how this looks with two, avatars. So I can set up as two, I can set up as listen server, so you don't have to go through the login uh, process. But so here you can have two, right? And here's the server. If I go here, this is the client. So you have two avatars, and each of them you can basically control on the fly. Okay, so if you want to testing some ideas of your multiplayer, this could be the way to go. I can also test like what happens if I travel to a um, different level, because this two is actually kind of identical. Yeah, so the client will always go with the server. Okay, yeah, so here we can have this multi-pawn. Let me test. I think I can still do the not hallucination, possess. So you can still possess another. Oh, that's cool. Okay, all right. And also, I think I can possess a different avatar. Okay, yes. All right. But you see, there's some broken renderings from the other view. This new avatar is not moving. Yeah, interesting. So from this perspective, if I do the V, right, yeah, you see, it's actually broken the session. I don't really see this robot is moving here, but if I do the V, I don't think the vehicle is moving neither. All right. Yeah, so just to let you know, since here you're just testing two-person, it's not really a client and server relationship. So if you want to test the true um, script, all the interactions, I would recommend you run this all the way through uh, the Colab maps and login page. So from here, that is the true behavior. You can also do is instead of running this in uh, the new window, you can run this as a standalone game. So that will actually execute all the BP as if you are publishing this. All right. I hope this will be. Yeah, I will do a quick standalone, just show you. So I hope this will be very useful. Just understand some really basic stuff of multiplayer. Again, is a pretty huge topic, but at least you know some basics now. So I'm running this as a standalone. So this will be my server. Let's see if that works. All right. Once I got it, you do see it's a little bit slower now because we are doing a standalone. So this is a standalone version. You can see I'm flying. Then I will go join here as a client. I think I should be able to see the available session to join. Then I should be able to see the client kind of floating in the air. Yes. See the client is floating in the air. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, from the client perspective, you can see the server is there. Also, I can hear myself, so just mute. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's really nice. So I can do the orbit. Yeah, I set up a really weird way to do the orbit. So whoever doing the orbit is automatically have this T-pose. I think this is pretty fun because when you do orbit, sort of right floating in the air. So here, if I do orbit here, I see that person. This avatar is right there in the orbit mode. But anyway, you can switch back to the walking mode. This is the default. Okay, I'm standing on top of someone. All right. I think that's pretty much about the multiplayer setting. Let me just exit. Right. Okay. Yeah, if you exit server, you see the client automatically lost that session. Oh, there's a tiny thing. Just talk really super fast. Is the asset with characters? Right, we have a lot of characters here. Just want to show you. If I let's say go into the dragon lobby. So if I wanna put some characters here, yeah, this could be another tutorial, but I just threw here really quick. So if you do want to use any of these characters, right, you can just simply drag and drop. So they are here. By default, they are kind of is called a T-pose. Right, is a static character. They are not moving. If you go to details, and here's the place you can control their animation. So instead of using animation blueprint, you can do animation asset, and then you can link to an asset called a character pose. You can disable the looping because we are not really playing them, but you can change the pose. This is a really nice way come from the package. You can test the values all the way from 0 to 1. This gives you the kind of one is the driving position, but you can test all the different values. This is a super cheap way. You can change the pose of a character just by giving values from 0 to 1. If you really want to dive into it, this is actually animation. If I search, this is animation based on Unreal Mannequin, Unreal version 4. So here you can see from the different timelines from 0 to 1, it has a different pose. Yeah, it's just a cheap way you can change the pose of these avatars. Okay, because they are all low poly, so it's pretty cheap. You can simply I'll just do the same. You can simply change their pose. I'll do the 0.8. So it's like walking. You can also do like W to move, right? When you're holding Alt, you can duplicate, so you can have multiple. Right? And for each of them, I can switch the skeletal mesh from one to another. I think I can do that here. Can I? Just want to testing. Yeah, I can simply switch their look. Yeah, because all of these share the same skeleton, so you can just simply switch their mesh. So let's save. Let's just play to see. Change this back to 1. Change this to new window. I just want to see if this avatar. Yeah, they are static, but they have different pose. Okay, so that's actually pretty nice. All right. Yeah, you can use them to decorate your level. I think that's it about the basic animation for the avatar. Maybe in the future I can give you another one is how to animate this, but not today. All right, thank you.